Alright, so when you look at Donald Trump, when you look at the enormous success that he had in his election, just unprecedented success, with him just sweeping the election. Well, looking at the polls, 2016 Pennsylvania, 48, he won. All these states he won, by the way. North Carolina 2016, 49.8. So, just rounded off to say 50%. Florida was 48.6. Florida was very close. It was neck and neck with Clinton. Ohio was 51.3. Won in a landslide. Michigan was 47.3. That was also neck and neck, very close. Wisconsin was 47.2, also neck and neck. Iowa won a landslide, it was 51.2. Texas was 52.2. And Arizona was 48.1. Trump also won in a landslide there. And he also won big. I would also like to say this very quickly about Utah, which there were some people saying that would be a swing state. Me being one of those people, I was wrong. Well, here's the problem. This is currently where it is. Pennsylvania is 43%. And then New Hampshire is around 43%. Maine, just forget about it. Maine is basically lost. And then when you look at North Carolina, that's now 44%. He would lose it. Then when you look at Florida, that's 43%. He would lose it. This is all current polling. And then Ohio, he would still take. It was 49%. A lot of internal documents are currently saying that Ohio is now more Republican than Texas, at least statistically speaking, which is true, mostly because of demographic changes. Michigan, 37. I'm not even kidding. 37. He would be annihilated. Wisconsin, 43. He would lose that too. Iowa, 42. Lose Iowa. And then Texas, 48. It leans Republican. Last, Arizona, 47%. Leans Republican. This is according to over 60 polls from all these states that I've just named. Okay? This is Ohio, this is Texas, this is Florida, this is North Carolina, Michigan, Wisconsin, Iowa, Arizona, all of them. All these big states. Trump is also very insecure with Missouri, with certain districts in places like Nebraska, and also Georgia. Currently, at least according to polls, Republican being Trump, Democrat being pick one out of the 16 or 17 people running, and this is basically what it would look like. Trump, even if he holds on to Arizona, he will hold on to Ohio. There's no doubt about that. Even the Democrats say that. They're actually discouraging currently doing any big campaigning there because of it. Even if he holds on to those states, say he gets lucky in a place like Iowa, say he gets lucky in a place like Florida, he still loses. He can't win, at least according to the current polling data. I've tried to tell people this before, and of course they don't want to hear it because it's MAGA forever, America fuck yeah. You know, let's not ban plastic straws, you know, I don't support cucking, you know, all this alt-right 4chan bullshit, which used to be very underground and would basically be considered a subculture, is now mainstream to some of these people. So that's that. Well, when you come up to a group of people and you tell them rich people are immoral, they have more money than you. If I tax them at 80%, I can pay for whatever you want. Would you not consider that a bribe? Well, that's what I heard. Today I listened to Pete Buttigieg, Kamala Harris, Elizabeth Warren, Amy Klobuchar, and Bernie Sanders. CNN had like this snap, quote-unquote town hall, and the majority of people were Harvard students. Go figure. It was a selective group. All I heard was free stuff. I also would hop over and watch. I'm not promoting him. I'm just saying that he was live streaming this and reacting to it. Steven Crowder, Louder with Crowder, and they got totally shit faced. It was really hilarious watching them react. It was really funny watching that. They put in sound effects and stuff like that, and that's all they heard too. That's all everybody heard. Free stuff. Free stuff. And Kamala Harris is just virtue signaling. That's all it is. So I don't know what's going to happen. This is currently the way it looks. It doesn't look very good for President Trump. However, it depends on who he runs against. Because according to certain polls, if it's somebody like Klobuchar, he will take places like North Carolina and Florida. So if that's the case, this is Klobuchar. I can only do 2 of these, okay? So this is Klobuchar. Again, he loses. Okay? If he runs against somebody like Bernie Sanders, it's very possible this will happen. This is like nightmare scenario for the Republicans. Okay, last one. Because that's a no-brainer. This is the one that's actually backed by data, not me just bunch of bullshit, me saying, well, Bernie Sanders is obviously going to take... Well, that was a joke. But still, those states are leaning Republican currently. They're not solid. So, that's unfortunate for him. But here's the thing, though. You ready for this? This is backed by data. Kamala Harris runs. Isn't that something? 269, 269 would be a frickin' tie. It'd be 2000. It would be 99, 2000 all over again, just like Al Gore and Bush. It'd be the same thing. Supreme Court or somebody would have to rule on it. This is according to current polls. I'm not saying that's the way it's going to be, but this is according to current polls. I would love to see a poll about somebody like Schultz or Yang, or somebody like Buttigieg, or somebody like Warren. There's not enough data to back up a claim like this. But when I saw this data, when I looked at these particular states with Harris, I was shocked. It would literally be 269, 269. 50-50. Right down the middle. It'd be fascinating. And you know what? That's not that far-fetched. In 2016, they said that could have happened. Very easily, because the polls would fluctuate all the time, and a lot of them were very unreliable. But, the polls that I went by approval rating in Trump's first 2 months in comparison with how many people actually voted for him, and then comparing that to today's polls from the past year. Real Clear Politics, The Hill, you name it, Morning Consult, Rasmussen, a bunch of different things I looked at. It was an enormous amount of data, Gallup, and this is basically what we get. So anyway, yeah, we'll see what happens up the road. This is the last video I'm going to make on this, because this is just polling. This is not really anything more than that, because this is Democrat versus Trump. This is not Trump versus Klobuchar, Trump versus Sanders, Trump versus whatever, as I just stated previously. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't know how the hell you could. It's rather boring. You're just watching a map change colors. But, yeah, that's about it. So, I did all the research, so you don't have to. You can like it, dislike it, whatever the hell you want to do. But, yeah, once we get into the primaries and stuff like that, and they start picking candidates, that's going to be very interesting to see who comes out on top. Because you go from Pete Buttigieg. Everyone calls him Boot Edge or Booty Judge. I used to call him Booty Judge. I used to make fun of his name. He's a gay guy. I call him Booty Judge. And anyway, so, he went from 1% to 6%, and now he's up there maybe 9-10%. Joe Biden every week since January has been saying he's going to run for president. He has yet to do so. Make of that what you will. You know, I'm sick and tired of hearing Joe Biden. Well, right now they're both 30-30 between him and Sanders. He's sniffing people's hair, doing all this shit. I knew about that shit for years. And some people in the media called him out on it. No one cared. Now that it's election cycle again, election season again, now they're making a big deal out of it. Joe Biden has done some very questionable things in the past when it comes to close contact with people. And just now they care. So, anyway, we'll see what happens up the road. So anyway, that's been me running my mouth. Frickin' 12:30 at night, watching all these debates, looking at all this stuff. So that's all I got to say. Like I said, this last video I'm making on this, not for a long time.